Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm here with Tim and Tony. They will be assisting me later. It's important to know that. Today is March 13th, Friday the 13th, except today's been an exceptionally good day. I hope it has been for you as well. It is 7:09 p.m. and I'm sitting in my kitchen, which you can't see but has been overrun by rooster knickknacks and such. I want to go ahead and talk about donations I've had this week, and actually we're up to I think $311 now, which is a whole day of recording. So I only need to at least earn 2 more days, and I can at least get the album done, and that's I think probably the most important step in this whole thing. But I want to thank Kathy S. and Will H. from Illinois. Combined, you guys gave me quite a large donation, and it was very overwhelming because I could totally pay 2 bills with that amount. That's such a, yeah, that was cool. I also want to thank Ashley L. from New York. I'm really excited to see how many of you guys are choosing the option to get the physical copy of the album. I know I get excited when I get a new CD because you get to open it and touch it and see it, and it's it's a very physical experience. The studio I'm recording at, which if you've read the bio on Indiegogo, is Flat Black Studios. And if you guys weren't aware, William Whitmore also records in that studio. And he has a new album coming out on March 31st, which I very highly suggest you purchase in some fashion, because I know he's amped it up some, and I cannot express to any of you how excited I am to hear this. And I know that I will be pre-ordering mine when I get paid next Friday, which you can do, and you should. Moving on. So I gave you guys the opportunity to ask me some questions, because I know I did bombard a lot of you guys with questions when you showed up to my house to do this video, the initial one. I know none of it was planned in the sense that you guys hadn't heard those questions, and I totally caught you off guard. And I know some of you were super nervous about it, so I decided to put myself in the same position. I would have to say my favorite song to perform live is actually the one I wrote about my eldest daughter, Gwen. I wrote it for her 8th birthday, but she's 10 now. And I played it to her at her birthday party in front of her friends, which was probably a really bad mom move. And I did make her cry, and it was a very emotional moment, and that song consistently has an emotional pull in a way that I don't feel with my other songs. I mean, I feel emotional about all of my songs, but it's a very particular bond that I have with my daughter, and that song is always it's always a good song to play when I start to get nervous, because it kind of grounds me and I start to really focus. And I think that would be it. I was actually in 8th grade the first time I played the guitar. My dad plays, and I've watched him play my entire life. But I also had a music teacher in 8th grade, Mr. Larvins, and we had to learn a John Denver song, and we had to learn how to play it and sing it at the same time. And that's really when it started, because after I learned how to play that song, I went home and badgered my dad, and he let me play his Fender Stratocaster, and that's what I actually wrote my first song on. I've actually been singing since I was a little kid. I joined choir for the first time when I was 6, and I've pretty much just been singing since. So I think that answers both of those, I hope. You know, to be honest, as a musician, there's an ebb and flow to it, and sometimes I'm still not always entirely sure. because it's very difficult. Anybody that thinks that being a musician is easy, especially like a working musician, it's not. And I know sometimes we all get a little bit down and out. So I would say for the most part, it really hit me when I was probably about 6 or 7, when I saw Cyndi Lauper on my TV, and I thought she was the coolest fucking person I had ever seen in my life. And I knew I wanted to be like that. And that's just when it really pulled me, and I've just been chasing it ever since, really. The first time I played in front of a group of people was actually my choir class, which was terrifying. And that was about 30 kids. And not too long after my first technical band, Seraphim, we played at Theo's in Rock Island, and we drew in a crowd of about 100 people, which, being 16 at the time, was a lot of people. And that was probably the first real live show I ever did. It was also one of the scariest I've ever done. I think I'm still developing my singing style. I don't think I will ever not continue to grow. I think that's just kind of what you do in any kind of skill that you have. You just get better and better and better. I'm probably the most comfortable now than I've ever been. And it's honestly probably only been the last year or two that I've really kind of discovered a comfortable place that I feel comes from a very natural somewhere inside of me. People that have influenced me as I've progressed, it kind of flops all over the place. I know lately in the last 4 years, Will Whitmore has been a huge influence in a lot of different ways. They Might Be Giants influenced me, especially vocally. I used to sing very nasally, and I'm kind of glad in a way that I grew out of that, but they influenced me for a very long time. I know Cyndi Lauper was huge, Alison Krauss, Ani DeFranco, Billie Holiday was a very large influence. Johnny Cash, I wish I had balls, because I would love to hit those low notes myself. I imagine that vibrates in your diaphragm somewhere awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have influenced me as I've gotten older, and the list continues to grow. Maybe I'll compile a full list someday, and then I'll post it somewhere and you can all read it. I can play the trombone. I can play the banjo, kind of. I'm still learning. I've only been playing for about 1.5 years. I can play the mandolin, and I wish I still had one. I can play the melodica, the bass. I can pretend on the cello, because my daughter plays it, and sometimes I like to pretend I can too. I can clap my hands and stomp my feet. Questionable whether I can clap and sing at the same time. We've run into some issues in the recording studio. But I'll save that story for another time. Yeah, I think that about sums it up. I can fake my way through piano. I really don't know how to play it technically. But I can make it do what I need it to do. And I can also play the spoons. That's fun. I think that's it. Is that it?
That would be all.
Oh, that's it. So, don't forget about the show coming up next Friday at Roz Talks with the fights and them some bitches. And if you click on the link below, it will take you to the page that will tell you all about it. And I'll talk more about Venus Fest again as it gets a little bit closer. And I think that's it. So we've got 47 or 46 days left with this campaign. I appreciate all of your support so far. It's been very overwhelmingly positive, and it lets me know that I'm doing something right. And your donations have been, again, very humbling. I don't know how else to thank you other than to say thank you. And yeah, I hope I get to meet my goal, or at least enough to get the album finished, because I would really like you guys to hear it. I think it's gonna be good. I hear it's gonna be good from other people, so hopefully there's some truth in that. So you guys enjoy your weekend, or perhaps maybe tomorrow will be Monday. I don't know. It depends on when this gets uploaded. So hope everything goes well for you all. And that's it.